What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys are on a fantastic day today. And today we have the April 2021 Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport update for you guys. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video. Today we have a jam-packed Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport update for you guys. We have a ton of models in here and it's looking really sharp. So why don't we get started with this beautiful American Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the TWA Heritage Retro paint scheme. This guy's currently coming in from Nashville, Tennessee, and he'll be taking it down to Fort Lauderdale following that. Next in line, we have an American Airlines Boeing 737-800. This guy's currently arriving in from Houston Intercontinental, and he'll be flying up to Denver after that. Next up, we have an American Airlines Airbus A319 with fence tips. This guy's currently coming in from Raleigh-Durham, and he'll be flying a flight to Vancouver after that. Next in line, we have a Sun Country Airlines Boeing 737-800. This guy's currently arriving in from Minneapolis, St. Paul, and he'll be taking it back up there. My apologies, this will be the last poorly lit aircraft, at least for a while, but right here we have an American Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the AirCal Heritage Retro paint scheme. This guy's currently arriving in from New York LaGuardia, and he'll be taking it over to Fort Myers. Right here we have an American Eagle Bombardier CRJ-900 on the behalf of SkyWest Airlines. This guy's currently loading up with service out to Lubbock, Texas after arriving in from Milwaukee. Right here we have a very good looking Spirit Airlines lineup. So right there we have a Spirit Airlines Airbus A319. I saw one of these yesterday doing an Orlando turn, so he'll be doing a Orlando turn for us today. We have an Airbus A320neo. This guy's currently arriving in from Tampa, Florida, and he'll be taking it over to Cleveland Hopkins. And then we have an Airbus A321. This guy's currently arriving in from Baltimore, and he'll be flying over to Phoenix. And right here we have a Frontier Airbus A320neo. This is Wilbert the Whitetail. This guy's currently arriving in from Orlando, and he's going to be taking up to Newark, which is a brand new flight for Frontier that started on April 12th, I believe. Frontier has announced a plethora of new flights across the United States and some international flights as well. I think they announced probably about 60 or 70 routes or so. It was absolutely insane. Dallas-Fort Worth got quite a few new seasonal routes that I'm very excited to talk about. They came in very interesting waves. There was about 10 announcements a day all of last week, so it was really cool. But anyways, here are the brand new services that will be starting out of Dallas-Fort Worth. Frontier will be beginning seasonal service to Atlanta, Cancun, Chicago O'Hare, Nashville, Ontario, and Salt Lake City all on June 10th and June 11th. As you can probably tell, the majority of those, I think all of them actually, besides Ontario, I guess, and Nashville kind of, are very competitive routes with 2 or more airlines on it. Really going to be eager to see how this pans out for Frontier, but if they can get good yields and sell them at a fair price, I feel like it will do well for Frontier, so very exciting. Also very excited for Spirit's 2 new routes. They'll be beginning nonstop service on July 1st to Puerto Vallarta, I think is how you really say it, something like that. You guys know which one I'm talking about, PVR, pardon me. That'll be on July 1st, and then of course the Pensacola movement, that'll be June 10th, that daily flight. So very glad to see all these developments out of Dallas-Fort Worth, and really good stuff here for Frontier. And as you can see right here, we have a very nice looking Delta section. Let's begin with that Airbus A220-100 here in the front. This guy's currently arriving in from Detroit or Detroit Aviation's airport, and he'll be taking it up to New York LaGuardia. And then right next to him, we have the bigger brother of the Airbus A220-300. I think I mentioned it in the March update, but if I didn't, I found that we do have an official daily flight from Salt Lake City now on the A220-300, which is awesome, and I think we're still getting a lot of substitutions. So we'll say he's coming in from Salt Lake City, and we'll send him Minneapolis pushing it, so we'll send him back to Salt Lake City. And then we have a Airbus A320 back there in the foreground. This guy's currently arriving in from Minneapolis, St. Paul, and for the sake of turns, we will send him back to Minneapolis, St. Paul. So very nice lineup that we have going right there, as I'm sure you guys can tell. Alrighty, here we go with my Mini E satellite concourse. I would love to get more aircraft in here, preferably more like 3 or 4, but unfortunately I just don't have the resources yet, at least. But hopefully more to come, but we'll see. So anyways, we have 2 aircraft over here. We have a SkyWest CRJ-700. SkyWest CRJ-700s, a few of them are parking at the E satellite from what it looks like, so thought I would represent one here. This guy's currently arriving in from South Bend, and he'll fly it over to Shreveport. And then we have Mr. November 842 Alpha Echo. That's the American Eagle Embraer AirJ-140. Can't believe that this is the final full month, I guess, of flights. It's crazy how fast it's already went. We'll have a really nice commemoration next month for the Embraer AirJ-140, the remaining few that are left. Let's see, what is a great route for this aircraft? We'll say that he's coming in from Del Rio, and he'll be taking it back over to San Angelo. Absolutely love the 135. Hopefully one more will make its way in the Stillwater. before they officially get retired here. It'll probably be kind of just a no notice thing. They'll probably just pull them at some point early in April, or sorry, May, and that will do it. But love our Mr. November 842 Alpha Echo and all the 140s. Great aircraft right there, my friends. And here we go with the other side of the Concourse E lineup, looking very, very nice over here, as you can tell. We do have that Sun Country 737-800 and Tide Pod 1 livery hanging out before its next flights out to Las Vegas. We will start with that United Express number CRJ-175, sorry about the camera, in the older paint scheme. Now, the main line does park at the end, but as I'm sure you guys can tell, it fits kind of weirdly in this really small 5-gate sector. But yeah, the main line typically parks down here at towards the end, as the spotting vlog for Dallas will be coming out very shortly, the first one, and we'll kind of get a better glimpse of that. But you know, we're doing the best that we can. I may try to flip it around, we'll see. Anyways, we got United Express number ERJ-175. This guy's currently arriving in from Houston Intercontinental, and he's going to be taking it over to Washington Dulles. Subsidiaries may mix and match on that, but I think it's mainly Mesa for Houston, then SkyWest. Well, no, Mesa for Dulles as well, so that'll work. Mesa there. Then we'll have the SkyWest 175 back there coming in from San Francisco, and he'll be taking it up to Newark. That's probably a Republic flight. Sorry that all the subsidiaries get a little mix and match, but he'll be heading up to Newark or Outer Rim Aviation's new airports. There we go there. We got United Airlines Airbus A319 right there. This guy's currently making a flight out to Denver, Colorado International Airport, or Denver International Airport in Colorado, I should say. Sorry about that. In the back there, we have two more specials. We got the JetBlue iHeart New York Airbus A320. This guy's currently arriving in from Boston, heading out to Newark John F. Kennedy. Both flights are going very consistently, mainly on the 190, but I did see a 320 to Boston, so I thought I would do a 320 there just for have a little fun with it, you know what I mean. And we got an Alaska Airlines Boeing 737-900 ER in the more to love paint scheme. He's going to be coming in from Seattle, heading out to Portland. Very, very excited for the NG900 ERs. Those are going to be awesome. Very, very excited about that. The One World has already made, I think, a couple appearances at Dallas already, so that's awesome, and I'm really, really excited to see those. NG's going to do a fantastic job on them, and I'm really, really excited to see the final products of those. So those are going to be awesome. So let's take it back over to the taxiway for a little bit, and then we'll start with all the American Airlines stuff. Next in line, we have an American Airlines Airbus A321 in the U.S. Airways Heritage paint scheme. This guy's currently taxiing out with service out to Charlotte. Got an American Airlines Airbus A319S. This guy's arriving in from Key West, and he'll be taking it over to Kansas City. And we will get one more aircraft before we start with the concourses. Got an American Airlines Airbus A319 with fence tips right here. This guy's currently arriving in from Newark, New Jersey, and he's going to be taking it over to Albuquerque, New Mexico. All right, let's get it rolling with the A concourse. We'll wrap around B and then back to A. Then we'll do the vice versa for C and D. So let's start with that American Airlines Airbus A321neo. This guy's currently arriving in from Los Angeles International Airport, and we have had a daily neo flight to Chicago, so he'll be taking it up to Chicago. Next up, we got the American Airlines 737-800 in the Reno Air Heritage paint scheme. This guy's currently arriving in from San Antonio, Texas, and he'll be taking it over to Ontario. And here's another American Airlines Airbus A319, this one with fence tips. Currently arriving in, arrived in from Mexico City, and now doing a domestic operation out to Ronald Reagan National Airport. Got an American Airlines Airbus A320. This guy's currently arriving in from San Antonio, which has been one of the A320 flights, and he'll be heading back out there. Unbelievable with the new June through first half of August American Airlines schedule that has been announced. Unbelievable what's going to happen. So long story short, pretty much a ton of the legacy U.S. Airways American Airlines aircraft will be coming to most of the American Airlines legacy hubs. Mainly the 320 is what's going to be the huge change for Dallas. We'll talk about that more next month, but it's going to be unbelievable. And then a lot of 737s will be going over to some of the legacy U.S. Airways hubs, such as Charlotte mainly, but I think Phoenix and Philly are going to get their fair share of some 737s. So it's going to be quite an interesting dynamic to see all these. We're going to start to see quite a few of my 320s actually make it in here on revenue services. It's absolutely crazy. I'll do more research and we'll kind of talk about that more in depth here in a little bit. But anyway, San Antonio turn for him. Got an American Airlines 737-800 down there on the far side. This one is currently arriving in from Boston, and he's going to make a flight over to Bozeman. Alrighty, let's get it rolling with Concourse B. As I'm sure you guys can see, there is an obvious new element that's going to be very, very helpful for all these guys. So very, very exciting stuff right there. So let's get started with that American Eagle Bombardier CRJ-900 on the behalf of SkyWest up there on the very top. Typically, these SkyWest 700s do not park at the B Concourse, but thought it would be nice to at least put one up here. This guy's currently arriving in from Flagstaff, and he's going to make a flight over to Bismarck. Next up, we got Embraer CRJ-145. This guy's currently arriving in from Stillwater Regional Airport, and he's going to be flying over to Fort Smith. Now, as you guys can tell, we have some absolutely phenomenal elements right here to work with. So these are two brand new customs in my collections. These are Shapeways model aircraft, and I made them into Mesa House Airlines House Livery Bombardier CRJ-900s. So I'm very, very pleased to have these now. I've talked about doing the custom for a while now, and I finally made it happen. The decals I think they look pretty gosh darn good. I have to give massive credit to B767. He actually made the teledesign. I was just randomly talking about it, and he brought it up to my attention, so he was nice enough to let me use that. I made the actual decal. If you guys would like a video on how I made those and then maybe a giveaway of a model I make in that video, I would definitely do that for you guys. But I think they look really, really good. Obviously, they're not actual die-cast model aircraft, but to fill a void that we've really needed has been very, very neat. So I'll kind of talk about my plan very briefly real quick. As you can tell, we have the two Mesa House. I believe there's about 4 or 5 of those Mesa House aircraft. I've represented 939 and 942. Lima Romeo right there with those two. So I think about 2 is the right amount of those. And then Mesa Airlines also has all blank gray ones. So I think I'll buy 2 Shapeways gray themed ones and then use those. And then I think I may get some more all white ones, and then if I can find the right shade of gray, I think I'm going to try to spray paint it, use the decals, and see how well I could potentially make an American Eagle one. It would be very difficult, but I think it may be worth the challenge. But at least we have something for CRJ-900s now. Much needed, and so pleased with this. Very, very exciting stuff. GJ April will already be out at this point by the time this video is coming out. Whether they do the CRJ-900 or not, we'll have to see, but I don't think that they're going to do the Mesa House livery. So definitely was great to get the custom. Now, in terms of how these aircraft operate, pretty much they all operate for American Eagle pretty much regularly. Theoretically, I don't think they're necessarily meant to, but they do anyways, so they're always typically flying. So finally, we can use these CRJ-900 routes. So we'll start with that first one on top. We got the American Eagle, or sorry, Mesa House livery, or Bombardier CRJ-900 operating on the behalf, or operating for American Eagle today. This guy's currently arriving in from Amarillo, and he's going to be flying a flight to Peoria, Illinois. There we go. Very, very nice right there. And then we got another Mesa House CRJ-900 down there. This guy's currently arriving in from Houston Hobby, and he's going to be heading out to Bloomington, Illinois. I know AS Aviation is really going to like that one. Very, very pleased with this lineup. I think it looks really good. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think, and if you guys would potentially like a how to make a Mesa Airlines custom CRJ-900 video. Theoretically, it was only like probably about $10 or so if you really want to go there with the ink and the paper and all that. So I think it looks really good. Very, very pleased with it and super excited to see how it goes. But man, those are awesome elements, and we've really needed it, but now we finally have some CRJ-900s. Would love to make the American Airlines normal livery. It would be really hard, but I'd love to give it a try. In terms of the all blank ones, those would be awesome additions as well to finally have some more. And what's really good about it is it's kind of a free will. I can give it any try that I want, and even if it fails, it's not the end of the world. And then the all gray ones, I believe there's about 5 of those as well, so I'll probably go for about 2 or 3 of those. So be on the lookout for another unboxing of that. Very, very exciting stuff. What an element, guys. Absolutely fantastic. Let's keep it rolling here. Right here we have 2 more American Eagle aircraft. We have 2 Envoy Embraer CRJ-145s. This first one on the top right is going to be arriving in from Champaign, Illinois, and he's going to be making a flight over to Lake Charles. And then we got one sitting at the gate right there for Envoy. This guy's coming in from Lawton, and he's going to be taking a flight down to, or over I should say, a very short flight to Tyler, Texas. Finally, we have one more Embraer CRJ-140. This guy's currently arriving in from Joplin, and he's going to be making a flight over to Longview. And right here we have a plethora of Envoy 175s. Very, very pleased with this lineup. I think about 1 more would be just about right. 6 of these babies would be about just perfect. But I mean, 5 is really, really nice. That is awesome. All right, let's get started with the first one. Coming in from Little Rock, and we'll be taking it up to Daytona. Then we'll start with that second one there at the gates. We have 4 of them lined up. We'll start with our 2 new flights for Envoy 175s. We do have 2 new services for American Eagle. Very, very exciting. We got Eugene, Oregon, and Long Beach, California. 2 awesome routes. I believe both of them started on April 2nd or somewhere around that range. So 2 new 175 flights. So we'll say that this one's coming in from Eugene, Oregon, and we'll be heading out to Long Beach, California. Next up, we have the 3rd one coming in from New Orleans, and he'll be making a flight over to Durango. The 4th one is coming in from Wilmington, and we'll be making a flight over to Jackson. And then finally, the 5th one coming in from Evansville, and he's going to be making a flight up to Wichita, Kansas today. Alrighty, so here's the other side of the Concourse A lineup. Got an American Airlines Airbus A319, the PSA livery. This guy's currently arriving in from Spokane, Washington. We'll be making a flight over to Pittsburgh. Got the stand-up Cancer Airbus A321. This guy's currently arriving in from San Juan. That may use the international terminal, so my apologies. But we'll say that he towed over after arriving in from San Juan, and then he's going to be making a flight over to Tucson, which there is a daily A321 flight, so very interesting right there. Another fence tip Airbus A319. This guy's currently arriving in from Pensacola, and we'll be making a flight over to, let's go Myrtle Beach. 737-800 currently pushing back. Beautiful color right there, man. NG did it. That's probably their best American color for sure that they've done on any of their models. This guy's currently arriving in from we'll say he towed over from Nassau, and he'll be making a flight up to Windsor Locks. And then we got a Boeing 787-9 right there. American Airlines got a variety of heavy flights this month. We'll kind of talk about that more at the D Concourse on the other side. Most of them are international, but there are some interesting domestic movements. This guy's currently arriving in from Los Angeles International Airport, and we will say that he's going to be making a flight. He'll tow over and go to Cancun here in a little bit. Alrighty, let's get rolling over here with the C Concourse. We got an American Airlines Boeing 777-200ER. Now, there's been an absolute crazy amount of narrow body move, or sorry, how about 777-200 movements in terms of American domestic operations. But the ones that affect Dallas that are very, very interesting is they do have 2 new, and that will continue, I believe it looks like from the points guy, 2 new 777-200ER domestic flights, which is really, really cool. This guy's currently arriving in from Charlotte Dulles International Airport, and he's going to be making a flight up to Seattle, Washington. These are really awesome ads on 777-200. I think the loads are really, really good. Very, very glad to see these, and really, really exciting stuff for American domestic heavies. There's going to be a lot of them moving around, so I'm really, really glad to see that. We'll talk about all of those more in depth at some point, but those are the 2 main ones. And then we also, I don't know where it is, I didn't see it on Flight Radar, but I thought we were supposed to have a 787-9 flight to Anchorage, but I'm not sure what happened to that. But nevertheless, really, really excited to have those 3. Really, really cool. Very interesting ops from American making it do. We'll see how long these last in terms of if the international flights come back and we need those 777s or what's going to happen. But ultimately, really, really good. Both great cities and really, really exciting stuff right there. Got American Airlines Airbus A319. This one in the Allegheny Heritage Paint Scheme. This guy's currently arriving in from Oklahoma City, and he's going to make a flight over to Minneapolis, St. Paul. We got that is a Airbus A321 LUS right there. This guy's currently arriving in from Miami, and he's going to be making a flight over to San Francisco. I think it's mainly 737s, but we'll get 321 in there. 737-800 right there. This guy's currently arriving in from, I think Buffalo's 175s, but I'm going to be nice and give them another 737 right there. And he's going to be making a flight over to Richmond. And then we got Airbus A321 right there. This guy's currently making a flight in from Denver, and he's going to be taking it over to San Diego. Let's get rolling over here with the Concourse D lineup. Right there, that is an American Airlines Boeing 737-MAX 8. We finally do have some 737 MAX flights for Americans. This guy's currently arriving in from Montego Bay. He's going to make a flight down to Miami. Those are both regularly scheduled flights. We have had quite a few substitutions to some very random cities outside of New York, LaGuardia, where the aircraft originated. We had one aircraft go do a Oklahoma City, St. Louis, and San Jose turn. Really, really neat, but very, very cool to have 737 MAX in here finally. I'll be eager to see if we do get any more routes besides those 2, but that's just awesome. Big round of applause there. Really excited to finally have Max here at Dallas. That's not just doing random test flights, so very, very cool right there. Here's some American Airlines heavies. We got a Boeing 787-8. Not too many 787-8 cargo, or sorry, international flights, but I did see one flight that continues to get canceled a lot. Actually, 2 flights, but I'll start with the 787 one. There's a scheduled flight to Seoul that's 787-8, but it only flies like once a week. Most of the time it's getting canceled. I'm not sure if that's because the virus is bad there or what's going on. But the second flight of the day, the 787-9, goes out fine, so I'm not sure. But there is a cargo flight out there that usually comes every day, so we'll say that this guy's coming in from Seoul. And he's going to operate a flight to, probably going to botch this bad, so my apologies, but I think it's Santiago or something like that. I think it's in South America. Correct me if I'm wrong, but sorry for not having time to look that up. My apologies. American Airlines 777-300ER, flying American Airlines Flight 51, service out to London Heathrow. No Hong Kong or anything, but we're making do with what we have right here. American Airlines Boeing 787-9. We do have quite a few international 787-9 flights. This guy's arriving in from Sao Paulo, and he's going to be making a flight out to, let's go with Frankfurt for him. And then we got the American Airlines 777-200ER. That's in the One World livery. This is the other route that continues to get canceled a lot. I'm not sure if it's because of the virus or what's going on. Buenos Aires continues to get canceled. It's a 777-200 flight once a day, and it only flies like once a week. So I'm not sure what's going on, but we'll just say for the sake of it, he's coming in from Buenos Aires. And this particular flight, Bogota, that's a new flight on the 777-200. It was the A319 way back when, I think, but it's been the 777-200 this month, which is really cool. About a 5-hour flight from Dallas. I was really surprised when I saw that, so very, very neat ops right there for American on these heavy flights. Here's an absolutely stunning heavy lineup, as you can tell. So right here we have the Qatar Airways Airbus A350-900 in the One World livery. Like I made mention a few months ago, we did have some A350-900 flights. I don't think that they're coming very much anymore, but we do have the 3 weekly morning flight. 3 times a week we get a morning flight on top of our daily afternoon A350-1000 typical flight in on the 777-200 LR. So I'm really, really glad to see that as well. So I thought I would represent the LR the best I could with the A350-900, even though I don't think we're getting many of them right now. Just thought I would at least put it in because it's a brand new model and it looks amazing. Just look at that. Wow. Absolutely phenomenal. As you guys can probably guess, he's going to be heading out to Doha. And then on top right there, we have the Korean Air Boeing 787-9. This guy's currently loading up on the turnaround out to Seoul. So have some really, really nice stuff. I was going to ask you guys on the American Airlines special liveries, would you guys like to see me rotate those through the airport updates like I do with the internationals? Not put them in every update, but put them in every few updates and kind of get a nice mix and match of those. Let me know, or would you guys like to see all the American Airlines special aircraft? You guys did an awesome job answering the subsidiary question I asked in the last update. So if you guys would like me to keep putting all the specials in Dallas updates, or only doing a few every update to give some balance of blend, let me know what you guys think about that. But let's continue to proceed through these lineups. Got a very pretty American Airlines lineup. We'll start with that Airbus A319 with Shotcut to push me back. This guy's currently arriving in from Tulsa International Airport, and this particular airframe will be making a flight out to Savannah International Airport. Next up, we got the American Airlines 737-800 in the One World paint scheme. This guy's currently arriving in from, let's go with Salt Lake City for him. And he's going to be heading out to Washington National, Washington DCA Airport, or Aviation 18's airport. The route did make it in his last Washington Reagan update, so I'm really, really glad that I made it in there. That was awesome. So very, very nice stuff right there. So he did use the One World, so we do have the One World there to represent it. You got another American Airlines Airbus A321 with Shotcuts. This guy's currently arriving in from Tampa, going to be making a flight up to Philadelphia. Got a 737-800 right there. That's the Apollo. You can tell by the color right there, the sparkle. This guy's currently making a flight in here from Washington Dulles. Going to make a flight to Atlanta, pardon me. And we got a 777-200ER over there on the very end. This guy's currently arriving in from Kona, and he's going to make a flight out to, yeah, let's go with Kahului. 2 daily Kahului and Honolulu flights, which is absurd if you ask me. So I'm really, really glad to see that. That is awesome. Very, very cool right there. I know it's kind of bad in the frame, but we'll take it anyways since we're over here. We got the Volaris Airbus A220 Neo. This guy's currently arriving in from Guadalajara and he's going to make a flight down to Mexico City. Speaking of Mexico, Aero Mexico will be coming back. I'm shocked, but they are coming back. July 1st, Ember 190 once a day. Really, really exciting. I'm glad that they didn't pull out completely. Really, really excited to see them come back. I'm sure it's going to do really well. So very excited for Aero Mexico, and that's going to be awesome to see them back in July. Thought I would do one handheld before I did change the battery on the camera. Right here we have an American Airlines 737-800. This guy's currently arriving in from Sacramento, and we'll be making a flight over to Burbank. Rocketing out on runway 17 right, we have the beautiful UPS McDonald's MD-11 freighter. What a facility right here, man. This thing's an absolute unit. Just look at this thing blast off. Man, really like this aircraft. So this guy's currently arriving in from Chicago Rockford. He's going to be making a flight out to Louisville following that as he is rotating for Louisville. Really like these MD-11s. We do have another very special one coming up, but man, this cargo, absolutely love it. I'm very, very pleased because my cargo collection about a year ago was... about last year at this time is when it was starting to get a lot better, because about 13-14 months ago I only had about 3 or 4 cargo aircraft. To see that I have about 15 now, really awesome stuff, most certainly. And we have the SkyWest CRJ-900 right here. This guy's currently arriving in from Louisville, and he's going to be making a flight out to Birmingham, which I think actually there's quite a bit of mainline on Birmingham now, but anyways, there we go. Got an American Airlines Airbus A321. This guy's currently arriving in from none other than Los Angeles, and he's going to be making a flight out to Miami today. Got this American Airlines 737-800 in the Astrojet paint scheme coming in from Portland, and he's going to be making a flight out to Jacksonville. And right here we have none other than the FedEx Express Boeing 767-300 freighter. This guy's currently arriving in from Indianapolis, and he's going to be making a flight out to Memphis for us today. Got a really nice look over here at the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport American Airlines East Hangar facility over here with the DFW East Tower. Really like this frame. This looks awesome. Funny Pilot did an awesome job on that custom ATC tower. Let's see here. We got an Airbus A320, A321 with fence tips, A321neo, A319 with sharklets, 777-300ER, and 787-9 over here. Want to put those 4 mainline aircraft out there flying, but I didn't have enough room on the taxiway. We are loaded, guys. Everybody's flying. It is absolutely incredible. What a facility over here. And here's the rather stunning United Airlines Boeing 737-800 Evo Blue paint scheme by Next Generation model. This guy's currently making the turnaround out to Newark. There's the little unit itself right here. We have the Boutique Air PC-12. I just learned a couple things about Boutique as I was researching where they park at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. So they actually park on this little like executive concourse little piece thing. It's north of the A concourse. They have a little BizJet facility over there and stuff, and I think Boutique parks over there with them. So they actually have PC-12 45s and 47s. I think they're very similar besides the 47. It was certified way later, and it has a significantly higher maximum takeoff weight. And let's see, what was I trying to say? They both seat the same amount of passengers, so I'm not sure. I think they're very similar in design and everything. But anyways, we'll say this one, they're PC-12s. They have 2 EAS routes out of Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. I think they're EASs. That's what it said throughout the wiki when I was looking at most of these routes. The 2 routes that Boutique has is Carlsbad, New Mexico, and Greensville, Mississippi. So we'll say he's coming in from Carlsbad, heading out to Greensville. Love to get more of these little small airline customs going just to represent them. As for Dallas, let's see. I don't see any others that are like Boutique on here. I don't see anything. I thought that there used to be some that came through, but I don't see anything on the wiki as of right now. So we'll see, but looking very nice right there. Here's the American Airlines Airbus A319. This one, the PSA, or sorry, this is our America West Heritage paint scheme, pardon me. This guy's currently arriving in from Houston or Continental. We'll be making a flight up to Cincinnati, Ohio. Got a Delta Airlines Airbus A321 in the thank you livery. This guy's currently arriving in from Los Angeles International Airport, and we'll be making a service out to Atlanta, Hartsfield Jackson International Airport, or Citrus Aviation's airport. My apologies, I also forgot the Detroit Aviation's Detroit routes. My apologies on that. His new airport will be, or the redone Detroit, I think, will be starting very soon, so that's awesome. I think I forgot a few other sub routes. Let me double check. I did forget Robinson to Heathrow, so my apologies on that. I think I got everything else though, so not too bad. And then right here we have an American Airlines 737-800 in the American, the Chrome Heritage paint scheme. Really tempted to use the NG models version when that gets here, but as of right now, this is, I guess, I don't know, because I'm a little torn between realism in terms of the tail number or what looks better. Obviously, the actual November 921, November, the Heritage aircraft, however, as you guys can see, this model is not particularly the best, especially when you have a much better counterpart sitting over there. So let me know what you guys think about which one I should use, but I'm a little torn on that. Anyways, this guy's currently arriving in from Boston or MassJets Airport, and he's going to make a flight out to Reno for us today. Got an American Airlines Airbus A319 with fence tips. I'm not sure if Destin's back on the 319. Probably not, but we'll just give the benefit of the doubt for, Destin, and this guy's going to make a flight out to Boise. That may be a sharklet, but it's probably a fence, so very interesting. And right here we have the FedEx Express McDonald MD-11F. Seems like you guys were very, very excited that I got this one, so I'm really, really glad that you guys enjoyed it. Definitely worth the money, that's for sure. This is an awesome aircraft for the collection. I got it from Massive Unboxing 15. I'm really glad that you guys have enjoyed that video to this point. It was very, very popular. Anyways, this guy's currently making the Indianapolis turn. Much needed resource and just a beautiful addition. Just take a look at this. Really, really nice model by GeminiJets. Sometimes I can't believe I'm saying that, but in all reality, they've done a pretty good job. It seems like the QC as of recent, in terms of models breaking, has been a lot better. There has been some slip-ups in terms of inserting particular elements of the aircraft into the aircraft at the correct positions and everything, but overall, Gemini's definitely done a decent job as of recent, and I hope to see more effort in some regards, but for the most part, not too bad, especially compared to what they were doing. But, you know, it's kind of just a good and bad day with Gemini sometimes, but ultimately, when you have days like this, that's where it's at. So beautiful model right here. Excellent work, GJ. Very excited to hopefully see even more progression built off of a model from 2 years ago here. So anyways, heading out to Indianapolis. Right here we have the Vida Aerobus Airbus A320 with the fence tips. This guy's currently arriving in from Montreal, and he's going to be making a flight out to Mexico City. Glad that Vida's doing well. They have not let up or anything, so that's awesome, and hopefully more to come from Vida. Great guys, and very excited to see the progression there. Got an American Airlines Airbus A319 with sharklets. This guy's currently arriving in from Jackson Hole, and we'll be heading out to Eagleville, so some very fitting routes right there. Right here we have an American Airlines Boeing 787-9. This airframe is currently arriving in from, let's go with Cancun for him. And then I think I saw a Honolulu flight, but I think it's one daily 787-8 and then a second daily 777-200 ER. So we'll just say that 789 will be flying to Honolulu. I think I saw a substitution, but it will most certainly do. We'll get the 787-8 next update if it's still there. And a phenomenal return right here is right here. We have an American Airlines Airbus A319 in the Piedmont Heritage paint scheme. This guy finally made it out of storage on April 6th. We'll be going into the full details in the next Tulsa update and also the upcoming spotting vlog number 14 from March 28, 2021 at Tulsa. So very, very exciting stuff right there. Very glad Piedmont's back. We'll have Piedmont. What would be a fitting flight for Piedmont? I'm trying to think of a destination out there that would make sense for it. Massive rest in peace. I know they do a lot. I know this kind of, we'll just do it to their hubs just for sentimental, even though I don't think they do a lot of 319s to fill in Charlotte. For this route particularly, we'll just say that he's coming in from Philadelphia, heading out to Charlotte. American Airlines 737-800, we'll say this guy's coming in from Chicago, and I think I failed to get a Neo out to Phoenix, so we'll say this guy's currently arriving in from Phoenix. Got the absolutely stunning UPS Boeing 747-400 freighter currently lining up on runway 18 left with service out to Louisville, Kentucky. Man, what a phenomenal aircraft. I'm really, really excited for the next retro update so I can get my new British Airways 747-400 in the retro update. But yeah, in terms of the other international airlines, British Airways still inconsistent, mainly 789, 7810. Let's see here. Emirates is still doing really consistent 777-200 LR, which is awesome. I don't think there's been any other W's since the last update, so very, very interesting right there. Nothing on the Lufthansa yet. We'll see when they return. Vice versa for Qantas. Beside the big thing with them though is I hear that they're going to reactivate their Airbus A380 fleet at some point here, so that's definitely something to keep in mind. I'm going to be shook if those come back. That's going to be quite a quite a bounce back right there. That would be a massive W if that ends up happening. Let's see here. I think everybody else, we still have Avianca's situation, of course. Interjet I think pulled out a long time ago. Let me make sure I don't miss anybody. I don't know what's going on with Air Canada. Vice versa for Air France. Japan's still doing daily 789s. Really, really want NG to make that, but we'll be patient with that. Of course, you got Lufthansa. Very excited about the NG 333, A333, I should say. Southern Air Express was that other airline that I was thinking of that was really small, just like Boutique. They do Cessna 208 Caravans. I remember seeing one. I got footage. It was really bad, but I remember seeing one back in when we were in Hot Springs, Arkansas last summer, so that was very cool. They have Hot Springs, Harrison, Arkansas, and Adero, Arkansas as well, so small airline. And then, of course, you got Vita and Volaris. We talked about them. So good stuff right there for all those carriers, looking sharp. And last but certainly not least, we have some beautiful lighting on our 3 cargo aircraft over here at the UPS art stand for once. Really hard to get lighting over here, but finally looking really, really good over here. Start with that UPS Boeing 767-300. This guy's currently arriving in from Oakland, going to be making a flight out to Denver. Got Airbus A300, guy currently arriving in from, there's my A300 routes. Let's go with Austin for him, going to be making a flight over to Atlanta. And then finally, the last aircraft of the update, we have a UPS Boeing 757-200. Tons of flights on these. We'll say this one's coming in from Orlando, going to be making a flight out to San Antonio. What a phenomenal update, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Really, really pleased with how it came out. We had some phenomenal lighting today. Awesome additions in terms of new models, the heavies getting in there, and then, of course, the Mesa House CRJ-900s. But yeah, let me know if you guys would like me to do a video on that in terms of how to make it and maybe give the one away that I do make. And then also the American Airlines special liveries, if you guys would like to see a mix and match or all of them in one video. And then finally, what was the other question I asked? I asked one more thing. No, I thought it was about the internationals. I'm sorry, I completely forgot the last thing that I asked. But anyways, yeah, if you guys would like to give some complimentary feedback on that, you are more than welcome to. But besides that, that will do it for today's Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport update. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. This airport's absolutely phenomenal. I think we're very close, if not almost to 40 airport updates, which is absolutely insane. Very pleased with how this airport's came out over the years. It's been a super, super fun airport. We've been doing it consistently for almost 3 years now. 3 years will be next month, pretty much. We had a late May update that translated into monthly updates in 2018. So crazy how time flies, but we are here for the long run, and I'm super excited for what's to come for Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. American Airlines is going to have a lot of crazy elements to go over in the upcoming months, and I'm really excited to see what all continues to happen with Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. But we will be here for the full ride, and I'll be excited to bring you guys along on their journey. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do what you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.